Let's imagine that you visit Dinosaur State Park in the state of Connecticut, where the dinosaur named Eubrontes, like Dilophosaurus, left a series of footprints. As you walk through the museum, you don't realize that there is a statue of the dinosaur at one point. And when you see it out of the corner of your eye, you turn quickly, and being startled, this causes this momentary panic. But then you realize it's simply a statue. You laugh and wave. You may realize a couple of minutes later that your heartbeat begins to race. Maybe you start to breathe more quickly, but this is after you've already realized that it was a statue and you're smiling and waving to your friends. What is happening here? Well, interestingly, the part of the autonomic nervous system known as the sympathetic division, which governs the fight or flight response, does send neurons to regions like the heart where it can give instantaneous commands. So cardiac acceleratory nerves do go from the spinal cord to the heart and can elevate heart rate. However, there is a second mechanism that only the sympathetic division of the autonomic nervous system has in the fight or flight response. The parasympathetic division and the rest and repose response do not have this, where the preganglionic neurons can go to a gland that lies over the kidneys, known as the adrenal gland, and specifically the middle of this gland, the adrenal medulla. There they can cause the release of norepinephrine and epinephrine into the bloodstream. Now, because they are entering the bloodstream and can then reach all cells of the body, even the non-innervated cells which do not touch a neuron, these signals, norepinephrine and epinephrine, are thus acting as hormones. Thus, whirling around quickly to face the statue was an example of a nervous system response. It was quick but brief, so the decision to turn was immediate, but the muscles contracted and that was the end of the response. In contrast, the elevation of heart rate and the quickening of breathing, this was slower to start. It didn't begin until after you had already realized that it was a statue. And then it lasted for a longer period of time. After you're startled, or after there's something that's been stressful, even once it has resolved, it will take a while for your breathing and your heart rate to return to normal. This is thus an example of an endocrine response, slower to start but more long lasting.